So here's a fun conversation that sort of broke out towards the end of last year, right around conference title time. Texas plays Georgia in Austin for College game day, regular season. Every single person on the desk comes around. Texas. Give me Texas. Give me the Longhorns. Every single person picks Texas. And then Georgia wins that game in Austin. And that game was, I think, a testament to Kirby Smart and the overall just like traits of that football team and their grit and all those things. So Carson Beck did not play great, but neither did the Texas offense, to be frank. Like a lot of short fields. And so that game happens, and you kind of sit back and say, okay, well, how much do we really take from that game? Because, again, Georgia, I think, had one legitimate drive where they took it length of the field, and one of them was a trick play. So you say, okay, ball up top. They run it back in Atlanta. Same deal. Hand up. Fell for it, dude. Like, that's on your boy, man. Fell for it. Texas picked him again in the SEC title game. Did not break that way. But different game flow, right? I mean, Texas looked, statistically speaking, great in the pass game. They opened up, and Quinn Ewers was playing darts and like, okay, hey, Texas, they might have something here. But Georgia finds a way to get it done in overtime, I believe it was, in Atlanta. Was that game in overtime, Cato? I see, yeah, in overtime. All blend together a little bit here. But so that kind of posed the question for some people. Does Texas have a Georgia problem? Some people started asking that. And as we unpack that right now, what does that actually mean? When people ask, does so-and-so have a such-and-such problem, it essentially comes down to the conversation of, for whatever reason, that logo gives us trouble. Do we have a problem with their logo? And the thing with me, man, like I'm not even a little stitious. Like I'm not. I'll break mirrors and laugh. I'll pet black cats. I'll step on cracks. Like I'm not superstitious. I don't care. I don't believe that's even a real conversation you can have when it comes to how things work in the real world, much less college football, where you have grown men 11 on 11 hitting each other full force. Like I don't think superstitious is really a thing you can talk about. So what I think that conversation is actually a disguise for is we don't match up well with them, is what it comes down to. We have a such and such problem. No, actually you just can't stop the run, Ohio State. That's why you have a problem with Michigan. Well, no, we have a problem with Alabama. No, Nick Saban's just really good at adapting, and one year it's a rock fight. And it's a game in the trenches. The next year, they got a couple of Ferraris at wide receiver that you can't hang with. Like, that was kind of how that whole thing broke, right? And the thing about having a such-and-such problem, or when people say we have an X, Y, and Z problem relative to another football team, problems can be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about the last couple of years you've seen Michigan and Ohio State, because this is probably the most black and white example we have of this right now in college football. I think Ohio State fans, or people that watch the Ohio State-Michigan game, would say that Ohio State has a Michigan problem. They'd say that, right? Using the context of this conversation. Do they? Or did Jim Harbaugh, when he was there, just put in a lot of effort to adjusting their overall style of play to attack Ohio State and their weaknesses? Like Jim Harbaugh, when you think about what he was at Michigan, you think about, those last three they won against Ohio State. I get the third one, he wasn't on the sideline, but like Jim Harbaugh and his football teams won 3 in a row against Ohio State. Jim Harbaugh and his football teams are 3-5 against Ohio State. He lost 5 in a row before beating Ohio State. So I promise you, for a while there, they were saying, we have an Ohio State problem here at Michigan. No, Ohio State was just more talented, and you did not match up well in the secondary. They always had great wide receivers. You just got better on the back end, and you started to control the game more in line of scrimmage, and that's why it was the difference. So, like, for Georgia and Texas, going back to this conversation, I don't buy that Texas has a Georgia problem because I don't see a true matchup disparity when they play each other. Like, I don't see a situation where, oh, man, like, Georgia just beat them the same way both times. I don't see that. Also, from a talent level perspective, they recruit right about the same right now. Like Texas just wrapped up having the number 1 class in all of college football this most recent cycle. Like they're lifting in the same group when it comes to the kind of talent they're moving. All right, so it's not like there's this massive roster problem for either side, or that Georgia just keeps beating them because they're great in the trenches, or that Texas can't get past them on the back end. It's football, man. Also, I think it's a little bit early to have this conversation. It's a 2-game sample size in one season. If you were going to have a problem with another team, wouldn't it show itself over the course of several seasons with several different rosters, with several different staffs? We had 1 year, 2-game sample size. Kirby's the best in the game right now. As a coach, that is. Like, he's got a couple natties to prove it. I think it's a little bit early to say that Texas has a Georgia problem. But if you feel that way, what I just said a moment ago, if you really do feel that way, that Texas has a Georgia problem, problems can be fixed. Problems get fixed all the time. Ohio State, Michigan. Figure out how to run the football, change the game flow, and you end up having a couple of games that you win in a row yourself. I mean, Kirby Smart in Georgia. I know that it's not a great record against Saban all time, but like they found a way to fix their problems. National title game, you got one that counted in a big way in Indy over that Alabama team. Like, it's just problems get fixed is what I'm saying. And I think both these coaches, Smart and Sarkisian, I don't think either one of them will sit idle and let the other have this matchup advantage for the foreseeable future over the course of several years. So the other thing I'll say is the portal, if there is a problem there, makes it very easy to adjust more than ever before. So at the end of the day, us as college football fans, how should we view this game? If you're the average Florida State fan, you're a Colorado fan, or you're a Liberty fan, just enjoy that we get Texas, Georgia as the new it game in the SEC. Best rosters, from what I can gather, best coaches. Alabama will factor in the future. LSU will factor in the future. But I think we'll see Texas, Georgia for very high stakes here frequently over the course of the next few seasons based on how this whole thing is trending.